Hey, Chloe.
Oh, hey, Jason, how are you?
I'm doing great, thanks. Hey, I was hoping you'd have some time to maybe show me around one of the RAV4 hybrids. I know they've been flying in and off the shelves. I don't even know if we have any in stock right now, but if we do, and they're not all taken, I'd love to take a look at one.
Yeah, definitely. We do have one here, and I do have some time for you, so let's go ahead and let's take a look at one.
All right, sounds good, thanks. Chloe, you picked one of my favorite colors. I love this light blue. Something stands out. Everybody tries to bring me a gray car. You know me about gray cars. I'm not a big fan of them.
It's definitely a good color. Definitely different, too.
So I'm going to pull a little pop surprise on you here. Now, I brought a resident technology expert for these particular vehicles.
Awesome.
So I'd like you to meet Olivia.
Hi, Olivia.
Hi, nice to meet you.
I'm Chloe.
I'm Olivia.
She knows everything about these cars. So we're going to jump in the back seat. We're going to see if this car's got the necessary amount of USB 2.1 connectors, because both of us brought our phones and both of them are dead, right?
Mm-hmm.
We need to charge these up. So why don't you hop in the back seat here? I'll come around the other side and we'll check it out. All right, Olivia, we're in here. I noticed that this also has that sunroof you like. Are you a big fan of sunroofs?
Yeah, I love sunroofs.
Right, that's cool.
I like how the sun shines down on the car.
Right, so you can get in here, get a little bit of a suntan while we're cruising along, while we're charging our phones. All right, so how many? Oh, there are 2 plugs back here, right?
Yeah.
So you're gonna plug yourself in. I'll open the door for you there. You got yourself plugged in.
Yep.
Give myself some charging action too. All right. Oh boy, you're faster at this than I am. Got to get that plugged in. Okay, we're plugged in. We're charging.
There we go.
All right, how would you rate this on a scale of, like, say 1 to 10 for like convenience for being able to hang out on the back of a car and be able to play with your technology?
I do it about a 7.
Okay.
Because it has 2 of these.
Right.
And the sunroof's also pretty cool, how it shows it has sun on the front and the back.
Right. So if you're hanging out here with 2 of your friends, you'd at least have good quality time to be able to chat with each other without talking, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's because I know that's what kids of your age do, right?
Yep.
Cool. All right, well, thank you so much for helping us out with this. We're going to continue on. Let's go check out the outside of this car now.
Okay.
So, Chloe, thank you so much for giving me the time to look through the technology on the inside with my super helpful friend, Olivia.
Of course.
Now, you know I'm into kiteboarding. You know I'm into all the kind of fun stuff that's outdoorsy, and I need a rugged RAV4.
Yes.
I love the hybrid because it gets the 40 miles per gallon, I guess, right? So I can drive down to the Dewey Beach and back, 19 times on a tank of gas or something?
Oh, yeah,
ridiculous like that?
definitely.
Beautiful. Now, I want to put my kiteboards in here. I want to get all this space out, and I'm always worried because this hybrid, they got these big batteries in the way. How's it going to look if I want to lay this thing out and put my kite gear and get it all sandy? I mean, is there ways to protect the back here so I don't make it all messy?
Yeah, definitely. So if you decide that you don't want to have the mat back here, it's really easy. You could take it out, not have that, and be able to get a couple more inches of height and space. You can actually take this whole panel out and flip it over. And you're actually going to get
like a transformer car.
Yeah, I know, right? And you're actually going to get an extra couple inches of space here once you put this in. Yep, just like that.
Okay.
And you've got a different surface on here, so it actually cleans off a lot easier. It's not that kind of carpety surface that would eat away, at any of it or make any stains or anything like that. But yeah, it's definitely really nice. And your tire's under there for your spare. You can make the seats go all the way flat too.
Okay.
You just pull these levers up here. So the one right over there, yep, it goes completely flat. Now in the older hybrid models, they kind of slanted up a lot more because the battery was in a different placement. This year, they actually took the battery and put it more so under the seat, so you get more of a flat surface all the way across. So for someone who likes to kiteboard, you get a lot of room. And you can also pop this guy out too and put this guy under here, and you'll actually be able to have more space too.
Wow. Yeah, this thing's got enough room. I could take all my kite gear and still bring the wife too. This is amazing.
Definitely.
All right, well, this is great news. Can we drive it though?
Of course.
All right, let's give it a shot. Okay, so we're inside the 2019 RAV4 Hybrid, and looks like it's got all the features that I like, right? I can telescope and adjust. Let's see, will my big phone fit somewhere? Yes, I like that. Okay. What else we got to know about this car? Okay, so this has got the new infotainment system.
Yep, definitely. And you have the availabilities to be able to have a larger screen on some of the other models as well. But this is the standard size screen on all of the RAV4s. You've got your home screen here, which you can actually customize and kind of make your own, which is really, really cool in the settings. And you go to your menu, kind of can take you to anything that you need. For instance, for Apple CarPlay, once you plug it in, that's going to pop up with the Apple CarPlay symbol, and you'll be able to do everything there.
Right. Let me interrupt you for a second now. You know that I'm still angry at Toyota because they haven't put this in for Android Auto.
I know. Well, in the new 2020 Tacomas, Tundras, and 4Runners, they're going to come out with Android Android Auto as well. So we should start seeing it soon.
I can't wait for that to happen, right? But you know, it's other than that, I love what we got going on so far. So keep going. Yeah. My mom's going to be happy. She's got, you know, she's a big iPad, and so is my wife.
Definitely.
So.
Well, we have an Entune system as well. So when we pair up our phone and we download this app called our Entune 3.0 system, it actually will engage these apps. So all kind of come into color, which is really, really cool.
Nice.
You've got Scout GPS for those vehicles that don't already have the integrated GPS or navigation system, and for those people who are Android users, you can download the Scout GPS app and be able to use turn-by-turn directions and things like that, which is really, really nice. Be able to find local restaurants or whatever it is that you need.
Like the modern days when you don't actually have to have, you know, the car with navigation required, because everything's halfway built into our phones anyway. So
exactly. So it kind of creates more of an integrated system where you can utilize both surfaces, which is really, really cool. So another thing too, I mean, you've got your audio screen. You'll be able to kind of set all your presets to where you need to be. All you do is scroll right to a station you like.
All right, let's see what we got here.
And then, and then press and hold a preset that you want to be at.
Number
and wait
one.
till it's a beep, and then it'll be set.
They make it so difficult nowadays, don't they?
Very difficult.
All right, we got some good tunes going on. I like it. Got to have driving tunes.
Definitely.
Okay.
And you're able to actually, once you have your presets all set, you'll be able to go through them on your steering wheel. Instead of having to reach over, you can actually utilize what's on your steering wheel to shift through them, which is really cool too.
Can't hear you, I'm turning. I love, you know, they have it in the smartest place on these cars, right? Because I mean, it's right where you're always, you know, you're always turning up and down the volume on your car. I love that feature. Definitely.
And in regards to safety features, they keep them all right there as well. So for instance, your dynamic radar cruise control, you no longer have the little stick down here to do it.
Yes.
You actually have it right on the steering wheel itself to be able to engage it and activate it and get yourself going.
So modern. Now I see that there's a traction control button on this thing. So this is an all-wheel drive vehicle, right?
Correct. Yep.
And what I heard that's really cool about this, it's different than most of the other all-wheel drives, like the Subarus and stuff. Everybody's like, it's a Subaru, it's all-wheel drive. Is that this actually kind of has like a locker system built in. So if you're driving over some things that are maybe like, you know, where tires are off the ground, it'll continue to drive forward, even though that their tires, like two tires, you could have a front and a rear tire off the ground, and it's still going to keep going forward, like whereas a Subaru would not. Is that correct?
It is correct, because for instance, all of the electronic power that the hybrid or any of the all-wheel drive vehicles that Toyota now has in the newer models will actually engage the power to whichever wheel it needs to go to at the instance that it needs it. And so in those cases where there are certain wheels in the air, it knows that it doesn't need to power those wheels at all, but to power the two that are actually feeling the ground. And that gets you over whatever obstacle that you have.
Nice, and it's got this trail button, so I can put it in trail mode and be more off-road. I can put it in EV mode.
Yep, so that's going to be your strictly electric mode, and you're in that right now, which is why we also hear no engine noise. It's very, very quiet.
You're right, look at that. Excellent. I've heard these are very quiet cars, but I also heard that they're very powerful, so let's take me to the road.
Yes, yes. You get your instant torque in all the hybrids, so you'll be able to get everything immediately. Your horsepower is 219 in this versus a lot of other models that are even below 200 horsepower. So you've got a lot of options for sure.
All right, I know I'm not supposed to be going anywhere except for to the road, but we're going to do a little off-roading for ourselves. Right? Take it on the trail here. See how this thing handles on the bumps. Mario's loving me right now. It's like, oh no, don't do it, Jason, don't do it. Don't hit the giant pothole. I'm going to do it. Oh yeah. Look at this. Clearly we're not doing any hardcore off-roading, but it still feels like it handles the roads well. If I was on a fire road somewhere, I would not have a problem driving this thing for like 2 hours straight on the road.
Well, what's cool is you can actually set your dynamic radar cruise control now if you would like.
Oh, okay.
And you can set it to whatever speed you're comfortable at. Right now I know we're in a lower speed limit zone, so we can do 30 if you want. And then you can actually increase it as you're driving just by hitting the plus button at the top there. And then set, of course, your distance behind the vehicle in front of you. I usually recommend the 2 seconds, 3 seconds feels a little bit forward to me. If you don't like people cutting right in front of you, it can be a little bit more beneficial. But the lane trace assist with the dynamic radar cruise control is going to keep you right in the middle of the lane and help you. So if you were to drift over, it's actually going to beep at you and bounce you back
it's not
over.
Letting me go into the, it's not letting me go over there.
Yeah, so it's actually going to tighten the grip of the steering wheel by itself, so it feels like, you know, you can't really move it as much yourself. But in an instance that you needed to be in complete control, it would let you entirely take that control.
Right, if I wanted to force it over there, it'll let me go there.
Yeah, it still will do that.
Look at that.
If you feel it in your hands, it'll actually want to pull you back as well.
Yeah, I'm going to accelerate to 35 now. Look at that. Oh, it's telling me to be, oh, and look at that. It's really, it's more than happy to stay in its lane, as they say. That's pretty cool. Now, this one does not have that the backup cross braking, right? But
it doesn't have rear cross traffic braking. It does have rear cross traffic alert. So in those emergency instances where if you were pulling or backing out somewhere, it actually would alert you very loudly that you are very close to hitting something if that were to occur.
Okay.
But it would not brake the vehicle.
But I can get it if I had little kids or if I lived in a neighborhood with a bunch of little kids. Well, actually, I do. It would probably be a good idea to have something so when they're running out catching their basketball and I'm backing up, that the car would actually stop before it runs. It's designed to stop before it runs into people.
Yep, and it is available in the XSE and limited models.
That's pretty cool. Oh, look at this. It even tells me the speed limit that I can be going so that I can actually adjust my cruise control up to that.
Yeah, you have road sign assist. That's what that is using.
Road sign assist.
Yep, so it notices speed limits, stop signs, yield signs, and do not enter signs, and they'll pop up right there. And so sometimes the camera will catch them before you even do, and then you'll be able to be aware of it before you even reach that sign.
A camera did that. That's pretty cool technology. My grandpa could have used that, I'm sure. He would never seem to notice what the street sign said. Braking seems nice.
Yep, so you actually have your regenerative braking in a hybrid. So what's really cool about that is the maintenance in hybrids are typically not nearly as much. So your brake pads and things like that do not wear as often.
Whoa. The CVT transmission is so smooth, it just pulls the whole time. That was nice, up to 45 and nothing.
Mm-hmm. Yep, so you get your torque immediately.
Mm-hmm. Less than a quarter of a tank, and it says I got 74 miles before I'm empty. That's an impressive range on almost no gasoline at all. And super quiet. This thing is like a whisper quiet.
So some of the higher models will have the auto dimming rearview mirror with your garage controls as well as a camera in the rearview mirror as well. So if you were to stack up a bunch of luggage in the back of the vehicle in the trunk, you would actually be able to see out the window so that you don't have to, keep trying to peer or make sure that you keep the luggage down a certain amount.
Someone was telling me about that they have these cameras instead of a rear view mirror. In essence, it's a camera that just pops up there.
Yeah, definitely.
Which is really, I never thought of well, why would I need that? And then you said that, and all of a sudden I'm just realizing, it's so you can see out the back, or you can see behind you with, you could have the car completely filled. They take it up this 70 some odd cubic inches of space and just fill it up with kite gear and stuff to go onto the beach with, and you can still see everything that you need to see and be safe. That's brilliant. I like that.
And you can adjust the brightness of it. You can zoom in and out and make it fit exactly how you need it to be, so you can see what you want to see.
That's great. And of course, this has got the control, so we can set it automatically for whatever temperature.
And I can set mine too. So if I want mine a little bit warmer, I can turn mine up over here and have my own temperature.
Well, I always say when I take a sales, like a product specialist out for a demonstration ride, I like to turn theirs up really warm, right, to see if we can cook you out. Put you in the hot seat, as they say, right? I'm sure you're comfortable with that, though. You've had that happen with customers all the time, right?
Yes, definitely more so with customers than with a coworker, I would have to say.
Oh, okay. So, I know why everybody's coming in to buy one of these now, because the price point that they're at, starting around 27,000 MSRP, going up to around 34, 35,000. You're getting a whole lot of great car.
Definitely.
That's going to be lower on maintenance in the future.
Yep.
Comes with all the great standard stuff that Toyota has. I don't know.
Yeah, and they're really narrowing the gap between pricing in gas models and hybrid models, so they're making the hybrids way more affordable for all those customers that really, really would appreciate having one.
Right, and then it's exponentially still, the cost savings annually. I mean, heck,
saves you more money overall.
So this is considered, a 5-seater, right?
Yep.
So you can sit 3 kids in the back there very comfortably, 2 adults and a kid. No problem. Throw all the gear in the back that's necessary. It's got one of the largest back, cargo spaces of pretty much any vehicle in this size, right?
Definitely, yep.
So that's nice. You can, as they say, you can fit all the soccer balls you need back there.
Oh yeah.
There's so much misunderstanding still about what a hybrid is, and what I call a hybrid is that it's a car that drives like a car, and you just drive it like a car, and you put gas in it, and you drive it, and it just gets great gas mileage, and it uses less parts, less wearable parts, right? Less brakes and oil and stuff like that. It's not, there's not the plug-in, there's not the, what do I have to do to maintain it? And the battery lifespan, I think someone, was like, I think it's 10 years or something, right?
It's so your normal powertrain warranty is a 5-year, 60,000 mile, but on any hybrid, they actually made it an 8-year, 125,000 mile warranty, because they want to be able to kind of give those people who were originally a little bit worried about hybrids a little bit more of a peace of mind, and to really, stand behind the fact that they want to go more towards that route. So they want people to be as comfortable with them as possible.
8-year, 125,000 miles. That's great. Well, there's no question about how long this thing's going to last. I really appreciate you taking the time today to spend with me and show me the car. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, of course. It was nice talking to you.
Absolutely. You go in and get busy with your day, and I'm going to get back to mine, and
Cool,
let's
cool.
go. Let's have a wonderful day.